Alright, how's it going, guys? I am back. I'm gonna lock the mouse here for a second. So, as you may have noticed, in between this video and the last video, I'm playing a different character. And, the short of it is, I was gonna be miserable playing the Amazon. So, we're gonna go... I'll try players 4. We're gonna go, the Druid to start things off here. He is a much more,
So it begins.
He's easier to play in the beginning, especially if you're running a summoning build. I'm not going to get into Nightmare with the Druid anyway, so... this is a character I want to play till then. As soon as I get some gear for the Sorceress that makes her easier to, keep up her mana, which is basically a polearm for the Act 2 Mercenary that comes with you. It gives you an aura that more or less makes you never run out of mana. It's a little quality of life thing. So, the thing with that is that I am playing this on Pluggy, which is a mod add-in for the base game. And one of the things that it does is it allows you to create rune words that are usually only available on online ladder mode in single player. So that'll be nice. I'm going to be doing the summon build here. Let's do this real quick. I think I do these differently than most people. I think most people leave these on the F keys. But I've always done the QWERASDF keys for this. And whether that's better or not, I don't know. However, that's what I'm used to at this point, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so this creeper is really going to help me with killing early on. Because he will kind of rise up out of the ground and just poison everybody, which is pretty sweet. Really helps with my overall damage. So summoning build is going to be, you get a vine, you can do crows, which don't do a whole lot of damage, but they do add to damage. You get a choice of one of 3 spirits. Each one does a different thing for you. One increases your overall health, one increases your damage, and the other one increases mana, I believe. I don't think anyone ever uses that one. For now, I'm going to be doing the health spirit. I should probably grab this waypoint for the next area before I go into the Den of Evil. And then you also have a choice between wolves, dire wolves, and a grizzly bear. And for the sake of normal difficulty, I think that the dire wolves end up being the best. I watched a Mr. Llama playthrough of this just recently, so that's what he went with, and he's much more experienced than I am, so that's what we'll be doing. Man, the early stamina is rough. It's odd to me that that's even a thing in the game, because as soon as you start getting points into vitality and even any sort of items that add to your like stamina and health and all that kind of stuff, it's basically a non-issue at that point. So yeah. Sure, let's do ravens. And ravens just fly around. They hit enemies a certain amount of times, and then they disappear. So we will have to continue resummoning these. The poison creeper does have a set amount of health, but he's not, at least it feels like he's not a high priority target for monsters, so he usually doesn't die until later on. Monsters that have like AoE spells and stuff, they usually end up hitting it, but I think they end up prioritizing you and your wolves more often than not. So Alright, Den of Evil all over again. Like I said, this should go quicker because I've got my vine and my birds.
This is where evil hides.
Now, a lot of times, the crow plus the vine might end up taking care of the little guys without me even having to get involved. Which would be pretty sweet. Cool. I think I could start getting wolves at level 6. So there's definitely a way to, when you're investing your skill points, you get to re-roll them once or twice in the game. Although with Pluggy, I think you get to re-roll them as many times as you want. It's one of the quality of life mods, which is pretty nice because it allows you to play the game the most efficient way for where you're currently at. In base game, you kind of have to, if you're thinking about late game, you kind of have to start making your build and putting your skill points and your stats into stuff that are going to benefit you more later. And it might not be the most efficient currently, which can be a problem because it makes the beginning part of the game grindy. However, I get to, because of Pluggy and the mods on there, I get to create my build, the stats, the skills, the way that's most efficient right now. So, because I can change it anytime I want to. So that's great. Makes playing this game a lot more pleasant. Man, one of the things about the D2 remaster that's coming out that one of the things I'm most looking forward to is the auto gold pickup thing that they're adding. I think that's a great idea. It's gonna change. Well, not gonna change a whole lot. However, it is gonna be nice not to have to click on every piece of gold that drops. Hashtag first world problems, right? You have to click on everything on the game. Okay. Now, I think the crow, when he hits stuff, he is blinding them, which is also nice. Because that'll help to keep ranged guys off my back for a second. Alright, so crows end up... Yeah, this is level 6. Crows end up having up to 3 separate crows. And they end up doing a decent amount of damage for normal difficulty, so... These are the types of builds that I always find the most interesting. The ones, this and the Necromancer, and you kind of get to build your little army. I don't know why that type of build in this game is always the most fun for me. I enjoy building them up and having them just like tear into everybody around me. Running low on health potions. It's gonna take me a second to get used to playing this in a smaller window. So I think that this direction is where the cave ends. So I'm gonna actually go back and clear out this area over here. Just so that once I kill or clear out that end area, I'll just be done. I won't have to backtrack. Alright, here's some health potions. Good. Another thing that's different with Pluggy is, like I mentioned yesterday, the staff is, for all intents and purposes, limitless. It is an infinite stash. You can create as many pages as you want within the stash. And you can actually, what's the word I'm looking for? You can put titles on the pages, which is pretty cool. And what that means is that normally in this game, you have like an 8x6 stash, and that's it. Across all 3 difficulties, each character only has an 8x6 stash to store everything in this game. And there's a lot of stuff in this game. Gems, items, charms, and just everything. And it's not enough. It's not even close. So, having an infinite stash, and a stash that stretches across all characters, it's a shared stash option, makes it really easy. There was always a fun part of Battle.net back in the day of having a character that was your mule character. Carried everything. You never really played him. He was just there to hold your stuff because stash size was a problem. And having to transfer items from your mule to your other character was always risky if you didn't have friends online that you could trust. So you could either have somebody there that you trusted, I'm just going to redo all these, or you could try to be quick, trust your internet connection, and just drop the item on the ground in the world, you being the only person in the world, and quickly exit the world, get onto a new character, and jump back in really quickly. And it worked most of the time, but if you got disconnected or you took too long, eventually that world would disappear, and so would your item. So it was risky. And that's how you got different items on different characters back in the day. But this pluggy mod has a shared stash, and that's not a problem anymore. It's lovely. Last guy? Who are we missing here? Some random fallen guy get resurrected, I'm assuming. I'm gonna grab this town portal real quick. Okay. Pretty sure I cleared that area out really well. It's you. There we go. Okay. Town.
Is that all?
I am a... You have cleansed...
Yes,
Good
I
day.
have. Okay. Cold resist, we will hold on to that. Resistance charms are good to hold on to because as you collect different items, different charms, I don't have cold for that. The game automatically, I'm not gonna buy a thing for that. The game automatically lowers your resistances naturally in Nightmare and Hell difficulty, and so sometimes you have to have these charms just on hand to cover shortages in different areas. Real quick. Sorry guys, give me a second. The setup with Diablo 2 is a bit different than my other games, and so I'm trying to figure out here how we can have my setup to where I can see chat and who's online. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Another skill point. What level am I? 5? Okay. So, last point into Ravens, and then I'm going to start pumping into Spirit Wolf and Oak Sage. I'm not too concerned about Spirit or Oak Sage at the moment. I think I'm just going to dump everything into summoning, to be completely honest. Let's go buy some basic gear. I'm just going to have 92. Hey, Ginger Snap, how's it going? Shared stash. I actually don't have any gold, that's fine. I'm gonna set my Tome of Town Portals on a hotkey so that I can quickly get out if I'm in trouble. Nice.
Hi there.
I am going to buy a
Yes.
belt, though, because it allows me to hold more potions in my quick bar. It's important. Throw those in. Okay. Now we're moving on to where my boson was at. And this lady, Akara, will heal you and get you your mana back, take away poison, all that kind of stuff. So she's always good to talk to. And we're moving on. I think I will go mess with Blood Raven. It's good experience early. I'm not trying to speedrun this. Alright. Blood Raven is a one of the boss monsters, pack leaders, however you want to call it. But she's in an optional area. There are 2 different exits out of this area, and she is the optional one. But it's a high concentration of good experience and usually good drops, so it's worth doing, I think. Plus, once I kill her, I think you could do it right away anyway. But once you do it, you can go hire a mercenary from the rogue's encampment, and it's an archer. So that's just another source of damage that I'm going to be able to pump out other than myself. Plus, it's another thing to distract the monsters, not have them all over you. Hi, kitty. Okay, that's not what I want. Just follow the path here. Eventually it's going to split, and we're going to have to guess. Yeah, I'm just going to try this way. This feels like the correct direction. Like I said in the first video, maps are randomly generated, so you can know what areas connect with each other, but you don't know what direction they're going to be in. The exits are always in one of the 4 directions randomly. Now, another difference between single player and Battle.net is that in Battle.net, every time you join the world, your maps reset. And clubs could be good for him. The map reset. Stonyfield, not the direction I want to go. I'm looking for a cemetery. That's where Blood Raven's at. But in single player, your maps stay revealed and discovered until you switch difficulties. If I go from normal to nightmare, then all of the maps reset and you kind of have to re-explore everything, which is good because there are a lot of things in this game that you have to do repeatedly, running to certain bosses, clearing certain areas, and here we go. Boom. Okay, I'm actually going to switch to Wolf. This one, yeah. Okay. Wolf boy.
I need mana.
Oof. Okay. But you can kind of like re-roll your maps over and over and over again until you get one that is good for whatever you're trying to do at that moment. So clear a certain area, you can re-roll the map until the waypoint for that area is close to the area that you're trying to kill, just to speed it up, because this Holy Grail quest is going to take a very, very long time. And shaving seconds off of thousands of runs is a ton of time overall. So re-rolling is a good call sometimes. You'll see me doing a lot of that later on, not necessarily now. There is one boss who, not really a boss, I don't know what you would call it, but a Let's just call her boss. She's not the boss of the area. But she is in a guaranteed spot every single time. And every single time she drops runes. And items have sockets or holes in them. And these runes get put into those items to give certain bonuses. And if you put... there are rune words. So like letters creating a word, but they're runes creating a rune word. If you put specific ones and specific items in a specific order, you get super strong items. And she randomly drops runes every time you kill her. So I will also be killing her many times as well. It's actually my main strategy for getting the item that's going to help the sorceress stay on top of mana. I'm not sure how many new people are actually going to be coming and watching these videos, so I might just be preaching to the choir this entire time. But it's worth explaining, I think. Plus it helps refresh my memory on what can be done. So she is going to just be summoning more and more zombies and skeletons from her cemetery as I attack her. She's kind of obnoxious because she tends to run. And she's an archer, so if we could corner her, that'd be so great. Jeez. We know how this is going to end eventually, but Bloodraven, please just, no, give up. You're so obnoxious. Okay. Let's see if I can hire a guy now.
Welcome. Hello.
Nope, not yet. Sorry, hire a lady.
Greetings.
Yeah. I am going to... not that one. Got some new boots. These are better. Sure. That'll get replaced pretty quickly, but it might as well. Same for that. More damage. Okay. This is also... okay. So, potions. Wow. I am really hurting on gold here. Surprisingly low on gold. So refresh my ravens. I wish I could, like, have my ravens focus in on something. Because I keep getting distracted and hitting zombies that aren't important. Yes! Get surrounded. I could have also lowered the difficulty. To get this fight over with, but that was unnecessary. Okay, there are also 2 areas to explore in here. Let's see if any potions dropped. 1. Okay. Take these guys out just for the experience. Explore these 2 areas, and then we'll move on to the 3rd area. There's not really anything pivotal in the 2nd area that we need to take care of, so we're going to be just running through areas a lot. You could take the time to explore them, but it's not really worth the time. Maybe if this was a casual playthrough, first time playthrough, but it's not. Alright. Appreciate all the health potions dropping. I think this counts as grave grabbing, right? Grave robbing. Eventually, I'm probably going to have to turn down the player difficulty. This build is not super powerful in the beginning, so... He exploded. Okay, I will put a mana potion. It's a bit of a waste of a mana potion, but that's okay. Okay, get a second wolf. And my friends list just keeps on growing. I wish it was the Sacred Twitch. We'll get there. It's fine. Okay. Poison Creeper, as always, being a good backup. It's not a lot of poison damage, but one thing in this game is that poison damage... I'm not sure the specifics on numbers, but I think if an enemy's poisoned, the natural regen for health that monsters have goes away. Like, poison stops them from their natural regeneration, which is nice for longer fights. Especially since I can't really direct what my minions attack when they're attacking. Okay, that's a spicy doorway. Bone breaker. Okay. A shiny chest, tons in it. See, like these chests right here. About half of the stuff that drops are individual piles of gold, and I just wouldn't have to be dealing with that once the new remaster comes out, which would have been nice. Would have saved me 10 whole seconds. Let's get, oof. Stash is full. Okay, let's go back and sell this stuff. Get my mercenary. She's gonna give me one,
yes?
But there are 3 different types of mercenary. I want to make sure that I have one that shoots cold arrows. It really helps slow down enemies because they actually do get slower when they have a cold debuff on them. I will save that for my mercenary maybe, so I don't have to buy anything for her. That's worth it. I say decent. It's not really. Gold eventually becomes trivial in this game, but until then, it actually matters. So let's see, if you have the strength to... yeah, you actually have a much higher strength stat than I do, which is kind of funny.
I'll put that to good use.
Okay, let's go buy her a helmet and a bow. Probably one with sockets in it so that we can...
Good to see you.
These are very basic bows at the moment, and throwing sockets... yeah, 3. Throwing items in them actually really helps her damage output quite a lot. So we're going to do that. These amethysts don't up damage, so I'm just going to throw the... there. So now she's doing poison damage as well as the base bow damage as well as her cold shot damage. So it's pretty well. Poison resist for her, sure.
I put that to good use.
Okay. I'm gonna try this without the mouse pad. Hold on. I think this is actually working better without the mouse pad. Okay. Let's jump back in. My inventory's a mess, but that's fine. Let's resummon these, reload our birds real quick. Akara free healing, or free mana restore. Okay. Now, as far as my summons go, I'm not going to have access to dire wolves until level 18, which we will definitely... I say definitely. There's a decent chance we'll already be into Act 2 by the time I hit level 18. So, let's throw on some stats real quick. Let's get strength up to like 25. I can reset these at any time, so it's not a huge deal. Get this up to... Wait, what's base at? 24, base 25, 25, and then dump the rest into Vitality. Yep. Alright. It's starting to come together. Gonna clear out the second area, and then we will move on. Another spicy doorway. Get to my friend's show. Good to talk smack, man. Throwing knives, eliminating potions. I'm grabbing specific stuff because things in this game, certain items are just worth more at their base than other items. For the sake of getting more money, I'm picking those things up. Okay, I will take all of these. It's better to have more potions than you need in your stash. I'll throw another... Can't do it from here. Actually, I have to take it from her. Da-da-da. Okay, so now she's doing more cold damage. Get my third puppers. Let's just keep pumping vitality so that I have more health. It's unfortunate that dire wolves end up being so much better than just regular wolves because I really enjoy having 5 minions over 3. Dire wolves are capped to 3, which I get it, but it's lame. I really enjoy the part of the game where your character and your build starts just steamrolling things. And eventually, usually when you start a new difficulty, you will reach a point where you're struggling again, but it's real fun. Scepter would be good. Scepters actually, or clubs in general, which I think, no, scepters are maces, never mind. However, clubs as a weapon type do sometimes end up coming with stuff that specifically helps druids, so I'm going to be picking those up and checking them out. Okay, I'm going to head back out here and then take that other direction, split in the road. There's that stamina again. I just don't understand why it's even something that happens in the game. Really only matters for like the first 2 acts, I think. And then it just completely becomes irrelevant, I think, for most characters. Oh boy. I almost died. So, there are... Wolf heads are specifically for druids, by the way. Monsters come with... That's not what monsters come with stats on them, and they also come with powers, basically. And one of them is lightning enchanted, and every time they get hit, they shoot out lightning. Kind of like static electricity. To the werewolf. Eh, it's not what I'm going for. And, I mean, it was worth a lot of money, but, can't remember what I was saying. Kind of like static electricity, I think is where I was going with this. And I nearly died from the backlash of me attacking him, basically. Let's reload our birds while I have 3 mana potions. Okay. Jumping back in. These stone pillars will become relevant later. This guy's kind of kicking my butt right now. I'll let them handle that. At least it's not as attacking. Chip Sapphire. More cold damage is fine.
I'll put that to good use.
Okay. I'm just gonna push forward. There will always be more time to level later. How's it going, guys? I appreciate you being here. Yeah, there was one in mine as well. I guess they just have one basket for all their French items, huh? Okay. Okay. Shrine helps refresh my mana here. I used to play this game. It was a very slow way of playing this game. Oh, wow. Where I felt the compelling need to completely clear an area before moving on. Super unnecessary throughout the game, by the way. But it's just something that as a teenager, like my brain was like, you have to do it. You cannot move on until you've destroyed them all. As if it actually matters, and it doesn't. But, okay, get a 4th wolf. By the way, the reason why it looked like our head was on fire was because it was a curse. We were cursed momentarily off of that boss guy. That was his power. And we were taking double damage while that curse was on us. It's pretty dangerous. However, all these guys I've got, man, I'm steamrolling everything right now. The Necromancer also has a playstyle similar to this. His summoning build is real fun. You end up having a lot more guys than the Druid kind of capped at. I don't know why. I don't know about you guys, those of you who play Diablo 2 a lot, but my tendency on my health or my potion toolbar is to always hit the number 2 button first. It's my middle finger. I forget what the middle finger is called, but I accidentally had my mana potions set on that one, not health potions. So I definitely just wasted my mana potions. What potion slot do you guys find yourself running out of first when you play? It's interesting. I've always wondered that. For some reason, I always hit the number 2 before number 1. This particular cave is actually a passageway that has a second level that you can go to. It ends up having a chest in it that may have some stuff in it, probably doesn't. Stuff worth grabbing, anyway. So, instead, we're just going to find the other exit, which is the exit to the next area. We're not going to fully explore this place. Definitely hashtag not worth it right now. But, like I said, maps are randomly generated, so you kind of have to explore and guess where it's going to be at. Glad I switched characters. The idea of trying to do this with a Boazon, early level Boazon, actually seems like a nightmare. There's just such a huge, like, mana sink for a lot of characters' skills. So the fact that I can just summon these at a one time... Oh my gosh, my vine died. And Henry Crabgrass died. The fact that I can summon these guys at the cost of 1 mana cost and just let them run wild makes this type of build so much more tenable. So, now I've got 5 wolves. Pumping more skill points into them will up their damage and their accuracy when they're hitting, all that kind of stuff. But for now, I think I'm going to get my spirit for the next skill, and then I'll start maybe wolves. I might get that 5th point into crows so that I can get a 5th crow. And then that's kind of the maximum amount of guys I'm going to be able to have running with me. But more is always better. Get a mana potion on my belt real quick. I'm gonna guess this way. That's why it's always sad, a little bit sad, to me moving on to dire wolves, because you have to drop down to 3 of them instead of 5. Okay, now we're in the dark wood. There is stuff for us to do here. There's a guy. He's a reoccurring character in all 3 Diablos named Decker Kane. He's kind of the wise old man who helps you. It's kind of difficult to explain, but I have to find a tree guarded by Yetis, basically. And from that tree, you get a scroll. And then I take that scroll back to town, and Akara identifies the scroll for you. And then you get to go back to... Oh, man. I never got Waypoint, Stonyfield. So the area, get out of here. Crude boots, crude boots, dude. The Stony Fields has a waypoint. Most areas have waypoints in them that allow you to quick travel back. And I did not grab it before moving on, so I'm gonna be doing a little extra running around. Bum, bum, bum. Armor shrine. Shrines are kind of... Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's the dark... I would have gotten the Stony Field. I could have immediately gone there, but I'm going to have to go back to the earlier one and run through again. Which is not a big deal, but... Oh boy. I got ahead of myself. Okay, now I just have to find this tree, click on it. Bum, 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 bum. That's not relevant. I like to run the edge of the map. I know it's not the most efficient for like speed running or whatever, but I enjoy having the outline figured out. Plus, there's a halfway decent chance when you're running the outside edge of the map that you'll find what you're looking for anyway. The maps aren't terribly huge. I would say by the time you figure out the outline of the map, you've got it 50% covered. Already level 10. That's pretty sweet. Okay, Wellspring to help fill everything for me. Level 11. Oak Sage. So this increases all of our health, all me and my friends, by 30% just by having him out. So our health and all of our helpers' health just went up by 30%. Pretty sweet. Unfortunately, it doesn't get his own health up 30%. He ends up dying quite frequently because he doesn't... Oh, here's our tree. Here's our Yeti guys. No. That's not what I... He doesn't increase his own health, I don't think. Which is sad, because he is very vulnerable. Ends up dying a lot. Oh, that is a banging first. That's for the Necromancer, not me. But that is a great one because it gives 2 passive levels to the raised skeleton skill and 1 passive level to the skeleton mastery. That's a great starting. It goes in the shield slot for necromancers, basically.
Greetings.
Okay, tell me what this says. Thank you. Please be something good. Molten Boulder. That's great for a fire druid. Probably won't ever do that, so. Poison resist. I'll definitely hold on to that. Attack rating. Okay, I click on this. Blah blah blah. You don't have to get the order specifically right when you're clicking on these. When we go back to the stones, you have to click on them in a certain order, but you can't really mess it up, so it doesn't matter. And then once that happens, you open up a portal to a place called Tristram, and then we go rescue Deckard Cain. And his most useful skill is identifying unidentified stuff. So we'd technically at that point no longer have to buy identify scrolls. He just does it. Okay, where was this at? It was up and to the right, I believe. Hello, we're back. Things are really starting to pick up here. Oh, jeez. I just alt-tabbed out of this on accident. It's unfortunate because alt is the key that you press to see all the items on the ground, and then tab turns the map off and on, and I have a tendency to habitually just hit those keys for no reason, and if you hit them at the same time, it throws you out of the game, so it's just a bad combination. Tristram is actually a good place to level. It's one of the more popular quick leveling areas for low levels.
Ruins. The fate of
I'm not gonna bother. That's some There's a lot of enemies in these areas that give good experience, so it's kind of like a very small condensed area with a lot of enemies. And this guy, Griswold, he's not very dangerous, but he has a ton of health. He used to be the blacksmith of this town, I would say. He also curses you. Okay, let's get that. Hold on. Carrion Vine. So this guy will eat corpses, and it gives you a percentage of health back, but it's not really worth it. Well, at least later on. Right now, for one, I would rather have poison damage helping me out. And two, the direwolves, one of their deals in order to increase their damage is that they eat corpses, and then for a little bit they have twice as much damage. So the Vine and the direwolves would be fighting over corpses when I definitely just want the wolves increasing their own damage. I don't necessarily need the passive health regeneration. We are steamrolling, guys. So fun. So happy. Man, if these wolves are anything like dogs, taking out these skeletons is like creating an infinite number of toys for themselves. Ding, 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 ding. I clicked on Deckard Cain, right? If so, I can just get out of here at this point. Try to pick up this chipped emerald. Gems do have a purpose later on. You end up getting an item called a Heraldric Cube, which, one, gives you extra inventory Yes. Well, I played a little bit yesterday. Sea-Dog, thanks for being here.
Greetings.
I played a little bit yesterday, but this is my first, like, real day. So, it's pretty exciting. It's fun to play this game again, man. Every time I restart playing this game, so much joy. Alright. Let's move on. Now, in this next area, we will find a... we will find a tower, which is where the Countess is at. That's the person I was describing who drops runes every time you kill her. I think I will spend a little bit of time there because I can get a pretty low-level armor rune word that will, A, help me run faster, which is kind of funny. But B, also gives me some other stats, I think some mana, which will help with my resummoning crows. What was your favorite character when you were playing Sea-Dog? Paladin? Yeah, Paladin is definitely a good starting choice. I usually do play Paladin first, but I wanted to try something different, switch it up a little bit. Did you play Battle.net at all, or was it mostly single player for you? Alright, so here's our tower. Now we just need to find the waypoint. Yeah, mostly single player for me too. My brother, who is a little bit older than me, mostly played Battle.net. He's a much more social and competitive person, so it's actually... it used to frustrate me so much because he would make friends so quickly on this game, and on Battle.net, people could just give you stuff, and he would make friends so quick and just get given free stuff, like, all the time. Like, we would switch off, we would have to take turns playing the game, of course, and he would get to play for a few hours, and I'd come back for my turn, and be like, yo, check this out, I got this sick, blah, 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 this really expensive rune word. I'm like, how'd you get that? It's like, I just asked for it, and the dude gave it to me. And, like, even online, as a teenager, I had so much social awkwardness that I was, like, too scared to ask for stuff. He has that personality in real life too. He's really good at making friends, and you know. But sometimes he shared the items. Fine. All right. Alright. I just gotta find this waypoint, and then I'm gonna start doing some Countess runs, I think. I really want to get the rune word armor. At this point, I think I'm gonna keep putting it into wolves here. I don't get any more than 5, unfortunately, but it does help their damage. Ah, not the one I wanted. Sorry, you guys are gonna hear me counting to 5 silently under my breath because of these crows, like, over and over and over again. Okay. Kind of in my off time, but I, up until I started streaming, the computers that I had were not great, and, a couple of times I've tried this, I would get a little ways into a Holy Grail, like several days into a Holy Grail thing. I'd get a few items, nothing great, maybe make it to Nightmare mode, and then, like, for whatever reason, like, the game would crash, or life got too busy, and, so I've definitely... I mean, finishing a Holy Grail is a ridiculous time commitment. It takes forever, and so I've never obviously finished it, but I've made decent progress into a Holy Grail run before. But now, with streaming, I have the perfect excuse to play more often and continue trying, or continue making progress. So, man, am I blind? Did I miss the waypoint? I feel like I've got most of the map here uncovered. I'm definitely just starting to learn how to do this whole streaming while playing and multitasking type stuff, so my gaming skills are gonna suffer a little bit in the beginning until I get used to it. Okay. Let me just double check this blank area over here real quick. It could be over here, I guess. No, it doesn't look like it. Come on, Waypoint, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Where are you at? Making me look like a noob. Definitely not up in this corner. It's gotta be over here somewhere then, yeah? Stamina back. I could just buy stamina potions, but I feel like it's not necessary. Here we go. Thank you. Okay. So, this is actually a pretty good spot on the map for the waypoint. It's not too far away. I'm pointing at the mini-map right now, by the way. This tower right here, waypoint's over here. It's actually pretty close, which is good. If it's far away, then it like, artificially doubles the amount of time it takes to finish a Countess run. So if it was really far away, that would be one of the scenarios where I was talking about jumping into a different, like, Nightmare or Hell difficulty to intentionally reroll the maps until you get a better one. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Sea-Dog. I appreciate that. I know I was a little slow on that. Targe could be worth a lot of money. Is this a day off for you, or are you just kind of chilling before you have to go to work or school or something? Oh, okay. Well, watching some live streams of a really fun game is a good way to do that. So this tower has 5 levels. Thankfully, they're all pretty small. That's another thing that changes with the difficulty when you move on to Nightmare and Hell difficulty, is that the maps actually become bigger themselves. And, like, I get it. It's more, you know, difficult, but I don't feel like it was a necessary thing that had to change. Gotcha. I don't know how I have avoided having to quarantine at all, and I don't know how I've avoided getting COVID, because ever since it started over... Has it been a year, officially? About a year ago, when all of this started, I have not stopped working. I deliver pizzas, and I've delivered pizzas the entire time, which, by nature of the job, puts me in contact with strangers. Like, probably 20 strangers a night. And granted, we're doing like contactless delivery and stuff, but I'm out in public. And then me and my wife go shopping in stores every weekend for groceries. And I'm shocked that I have not come into contact with anybody who's had COVID or gotten COVID myself. I'm grateful, obviously, but it's like, man. Is your family member doing alright? Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely good news. How much longer do you have on your quarantine?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mana after each kill. I don't know if that, Gotcha. Okay. I, just yesterday, actually, I overheard a coworker talking to somebody else, and it sounded like he was bragging about it, which is weird to me, because it's definitely not a braggy thing, but he was bragging about how he had to quarantine as well, and, he was talking about how over the quarantine he watched, like, all 9 Spider-Man movies. I was like, man, you're already suffering in quarantine. Why would you do that to yourself? To isolate for 2 weeks and you're just gonna watch 9 Spider-Man movies? It's not how I would spend quarantine, but, you know, whatever. I forgot to resummon my crows. Level 13. Let's just do this. Spring preview. Tower level 4. Okay, tower level 5. There's other monsters in here, but I'm just going to be running straight towards the Countess. And then I'll be running this again for a little bit. Thankfully, it's just 2 low-level rooms, so this could happen quickly, or it could take a while. Oh, get out of there. That would be awesome. And you would absolutely get credit if that happens, by the way. Okay, let's grab this ring. Okay. Okay. Got half of it right. And that's actually the much more difficult one to get out of the 2, so good start. Although it's surprising she only dropped 1. Usually it's definitely at least 2.
Charms.
Oh man, I cannot wait until the remaster and this gold just automatically picks up itself. I'm not even gonna bother with this yet.
Well, good to see you.
I'll hold on to this jewel. Attack rating, no thanks. Alright. I'm gonna go look for a 2-socket armor. I don't have that part yet. Yeah, pretty excited. The only problem is that once it comes out, because I'm using Pluggy, a mod for this, Pluggy has to run on an old version of the game. It can't run on the newest version, and I think the remaster has to run on like the most current version of the game. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do the new remaster and continue my current Holy Grail. So that's kind of a bummer. I was holding out, I think, thinking of are these okay? I thought for a second they weren't resetting. I was trying to yeah, I was trying to hold out until it came out to start the Holy Grail, but I just started feeling that itch. Had to play D2, so yeah. Yeah, let's just restart. Eth rune should drop pretty quickly here. Let's see.
Good day.
5. Oops, not you. Okay. Continuing on. Obviously, playing the remaster will be sweet, and, you know, the uniqueness of this experience will be fun by itself, but makes me wonder if I can't keep doing this Holy Grail, like, how much I'm gonna play it. I don't know. The guys who made this pluggy mod are pretty smart dudes. I don't know if they're still working on stuff like this, but they might be able to... Well, no. Probably not, because like I said, it has to... I'm assuming the new remaster is going to run on the newest version of the game, which... I obviously didn't understand the technical explanation, but for some reason Pluggy just will not work ever on the newest version of the game. They can't get it to work. So, that's sad news. Alright, real quick, let me see something. Okay. Continuing on. Oh boy. Boss pack archers with a might aura. That's rough. Okay. Healing. Get these birds back out. Fine. Yep, that is the door. I'm gonna have to start buying better potions. Silly Gnome 225, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. How's your day going? I hate hearing my dogs get hurt. If. I was hoping for F, not if, but. Bum bum. Okay. You. And basically we're just going to be doing this over and over again until I get the rune that I need.
I need mana.
5. Yeah. Oh, shared page here. Isn't Ith the middle rune for
Hello.
Enigma though? Ja Ith Bur? Not Ja Ist Bur. Is it? It's one of those. Faster cast rate. Does have some res on it, but the cast rate doesn't help me much. Okay. I wonder what my very first Holy Grail drop item is going to be. That's going to be kind of a moment. I shouldn't be bothering with these guys. I should just be moving on. Nope. Did I? Wow. Come on, Hunter, focus. Okay. As you were. I'm gonna guess Arctic birds. I feel like I see Arctic birds drop all the time. I think I'm gonna have to readjust this chat box here. I noticed the text was not lining up with the chat box all the way, kind of going off the screen. Hello, ghosties. This is definitely not the fastest character to run this, but dang it, I'm having a lot of fun. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. I know,
Good
it's
day.
so unlikely for those to be the ones to drop. It'll come in handy later. I'll be glad it happened later, but right now,
Yes?
it's not what I want. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I forgot. Hold on. Set the player count to 1 because runes are not affected by
Not enough money.
5 player count, and it actually kind of, well,
I need mana.
I think Countess. I did play Diablo 1, not as much as Diablo 2. I might have actually played. Actually, I can't even remember which one I played first, but I did end up beating Diablo 1 once or twice that I can remember, and it definitely doesn't have the same replayability as Diablo 2, so I didn't play it a whole lot, but yeah, I remember killing Diablo a few times. Yeah. Oh man, you asking me that question is actually causing like hidden memories to come up. I remember sitting at my computer desk in my parents' house, and I think my mom just wanted to be involved in my gaming life or something, because she was sitting there, and I remember the character that I had when I was fighting Diablo wasn't very strong. Like he should have been stronger for what I was trying to do, and so my mom would just sit there while I was hacking at Diablo and stare at my like health bar, whatever it was, and like let me know when I needed to hit the health potion. Okay, now do it. And so me and my mom kind of killed Diablo together, you know, as mother and sons do. Yeah. Man, that memory was buried. I don't know if I ever would have remembered that otherwise. Oh, shoot a werewolf again? Okay. I'm ignoring all of you. Alright. No, I'm here for your Eth rune. If you could please let me have it. Growl Towel. Wow. Wow. That's actually really good rolls. That's really good rolls on the runes. It's just bad luck because it's not what I currently want. Oh man. Alright. Uh-huh. Yep.
The Order welcomes you.
Like, the game's trying to be nice. It's giving me good stuff. But, like, I need you to listen. I want Eth, not all this stuff. Okay.
Not enough mana.
Wow, these wolves cost a lot of mana.
I need mana.
Good thing you only have to summon them once. Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
Good day.
No, you have a good day, sir. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Okay. We'll take those little guys, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, I totally lost track, but I put the player count down to 1 because the player difficulty does not affect rune drops on the Countess. She always drops between 1 and 3, like every time, and lowering the player count makes the runs go faster because stuff is easier to kill. So it's beneficial to just get through here quickly. I'm not too worried about experience or other drops right now. I should also just be running past these guys. They're not important, but when I see a boss pack, I have a hard time not killing them. Sea-Dog, did you find this stream by just searching for Diablo 2 streamers and finding me on one of the Diablo 2 pages, or how did you find this one? I'm curious. There it is, baby! Popped up on my... Wow! I don't know what I did to pop up on anybody's recommended page, but that's pretty sweet. Okay, hold on. This text box is bothering me. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. Okay. Let's do header, text. Wait, is it widgets? Chat box. Chat box. Let's move it this way a little bit. Alright, let's see real quick. Not too far over. 1 second. Right about there. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's pretty sweet, though. I did not think I would... Somebody would have found me by me showing up on the recommended page. Alright, let's go make this rune word. And then I have to level up 2 more times, but that's fine. Tal. Stealth. Alright, faster run walk, which is pretty sweet. Hit recovery. The maximum stamina, okay. Regenerate mana 15%, that'll help a little bit. Alright, so let's turn this back up to players 4, because I'm still steamrolling guys for the moment. And we will move on. Let's drop these gems off, though. These will come in handy later. I apologize that my stash is not very organized. Okay. I'm sure it's not fun to look at for some people. My inventory is not doing a whole lot better either. Okay. Did I already do players 4? I think I did, but just in case.
Yes?
Oops. Sorry. I just exploded my minions all over your front lawn. I'm sorry. Alright. Let's do this. Bum, bum. Jewel. It's not going to be helpful anytime soon, but who knows. Okay, this area I'm just going to be running straight through. Nothing super necessary here. I think we will end up being level 18 by the time we hit Andariel, but trading off to dire wolves when I can only have one instead of 5 regular wolves, I don't think is going to be worth the trade. Ding. I think we're just going to keep pumping wolves. That damage increase is probably not relevant. Excuse me.
Evil flows from here.
Evil flows from here. Alright. Waypoint, let's hit this. One more level and we can use that new armor. Actually gonna be wearing that armor for quite a while. Ruby, yes please. Pot. No need for that sword. Yeah, I was saying earlier, this is one of my favorite types of builds for Diablo 2, is this and the Necromancer, where you kind of summon your guys, and it's like your guys versus the enemies. It's like a small battle every single time. It's really fun. This is definitely going to drop off at some point, though. I was thinking about this earlier. I think I'm going to struggle a decent amount against Andariel, because her poison is just going to... I'm pretty sure her poison is just going to, like, instantly wipe all of my summons. So might be a bit of a struggle there. I'm definitely going to go down to Players 1 difficulty. There's very little reason to try and fight her on this difficulty. This way, maybe? Aha!
No way. Bonds
Yeah.
can't hold a force of nature.
I hadn't thought of that, but that's actually a really good point. Point. Really good point. I could just respec right into Elemental to take her out. And respec back. Clock Helm? There could be something on there. Oak Sage. I mean, it's better than nothing. Plus, I look kind of cool now. No, not that one. Not even super familiar with my own key bindings right now. Okay. Diamond heal. Is this any good? 3 sockets, I'll resist 6. It's not bad. Probably find something better by the time I need to use Ancient Pledge for a Paladin. It's worth taking. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be this way, but just for... Okay. For my own peace of mind. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Sea-Dog, have you ever done anything with loot filters on this game yet? I was thinking about trying to figure out loot filters. It's not really necessary right now, but it'll help later when I'm trying to find specific stuff. Yeah, I think I heard that it's pretty easy, but I've just never done it myself. I think later, once I get deeper into this Holy Grail and I'm looking for, you know, 10 specific items or whatever, I'm so scared that, as I've already proven, I'm not good at multitasking, streaming, and playing yet, that the item's gonna drop and I'm just gonna miss it because I'm responding to a question or something like that. Having a loot filter would help. Spirit's taking some serious damage here. Oh, Cold Enchanted. I'm gonna let you guys... Oh, they didn't get away in time. Cold Enchanted can be nasty sometimes. Let's get some more potions on my belts. Okay. Let's see, Jail level 2. Get one more. And we can get into the catacombs. Ooh, rough. Okay. Okay, ring. I should pick up some of those potions, actually. Definitely pick up some manas. Okay. Squish, squish. Let's see. Ooh, okay, that's probably worth some money. Let me go back.
Stay a while and listen.
Don't think I will.
The Order welcomes you.
Okay, not worth that much money, never mind. Casting rate, not really. Yeah, that's definitely an improvement. Okay, I save the rest of that stuff. Head back.
Good day.
Bum, bum, bum. Should I? I'm pretty close to hitting 17. I'll probably just jump back real quick. I'm not gonna carry that with me. I'm sure that you can take the summoning build with the Druid into like Nightmare in Hell, and with the right stuff be successful with it, but I just wish he was more relevant. Oops, oops. Help. Man, these guys are tough. Yeah. I think the reason why the summoner for, the necromancer summoning build continues to stay relevant later on is because of just like the amount of things that you can have. You can have, between your skeletons and your revives, you can have like 30 or 40 minions on the screen. Like they do so much damage with that many guys, and they absorb so much damage that it's possible to still be good in hell difficulty. Rakanishu. Not this way. Nope. Almost 17. There it is. All right. I have not. I don't. I'm pretty certain I would be terrible at it. But I have watched a lot of it. It's super interesting. I'm subscribed to Mr. Llama on YouTube, and watching his speedruns are really interesting. Just seeing the different techniques for how to save time, and
Good evening.
Diablo 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I've been playing it since I was in the 6th grade. It's easily my most played game ever, and I thought that I was, an expert on it. But then you watch somebody like that, and you're like, man, I only knew like half of the stuff about this game that I should have known. It's crazy. Okay, new armor, new me. I run a lot faster.
Good evening.
And I don't think I like the way you said that. Okay, I can get my summons out a lot quicker. That's nice. Let's, yeah. Let's put 10 points into energy just for the sake of helping summon stuff. Then, moving on. Inner Cloister, nice. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to go in like 12 minutes. I don't think it's going to be enough time to get to Andariel. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I'm close, I'll push it a little bit. It's going to be tight. This is some fast ghosts. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into speed running. That would be a fun thing to, because I imagine that with the quality of life updates they're putting into the remaster, even if they're not super, like even if they don't change a whole lot about the game, speedrunning categories in that game will obviously have to be separate because it is a different game. So maybe that'll be a thing that I could try on the new game, since I won't be able to do pluggy. It's interesting, I listened to him, Mr. Llama, actually talk about it, because he got a chance to talk to somebody about it, and they said that they are leaving in a lot of the, not really glitches, but like little tricks and stuff, for what happens in Diablo 2, because they've become such a big part of just how the game is played, and they're not super game-breaking, so they're just going to leave them in there. But I wonder if on the remaster, people are going to discover like new glitches and new ways of, saving time, doing time skips and all that kind of stuff. I certainly won't be the one to discover them. I don't have that kind of dedication, but I think it'll be fun to watch. Okay, level 2. Oh. I'll tell you what, though. Starting to become a speedrunner, it would help me figure out how to read maps better, because I'm definitely just wandering around randomly right now, and from what I'm understanding, it's possible to read maps and understand the layout and how they kind of generate, so you get much quicker at finding the exits and stuff. definitely a complete noob when it comes to that. Alright, that here. Okay. Not gonna be here. That's gonna be worth money. Oh. Hello, friends. I need your help. Yeah. Alright. Might be over here. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I think I can get to Andariel in about 10 minutes. How much of an issue she's gonna be, that's a different story. I don't think it's gonna be over this direction, but we'll check. I'm just gonna let you guys live your undead life. Nope. Man, I remember the very first time I played this game, I didn't live with my biological dad growing up, and he's kind of into computers, nerdy, geeky stuff, and so he would always have like cool new computer games for me to play when I went and visited him. That was our way of bonding. And I remember the very first time we played Diablo 2, or I played Diablo 2, he had a coworker who was just a super nerd, and got him into Diablo 2, and then he let me play Diablo 2, and I remember sitting down that weekend and just, that's all I did was play Diablo 2. Probably should have been hanging out with him or whatever, but, you know, I was a kid. It was a fun game. And I remember I was a barbarian. First character I played was a barbarian, which is hilarious because now barbarian is by far my least favorite character. But I made it all the way on that weekend to Andariel, just kind of like plowing through the game, not really understanding how to best play, and getting to Andariel, and somehow, as a kid, actually beating Andariel. And I remember after that happened, we then went over to his friend's house or whatever, just to, man, I'm having funny memories pop up as I'm talking about this. We went over there just to hang out with his friend, I guess. I knew he was talking about Diablo 2, and my dad was like, yeah, so Hunter beat the first boss by himself, and his friend, I probably won't name him, he like gave me a look like, okay, yeah, right, you helped him. Like, totally did not believe that I could beat the first boss by myself, beat Andariel on my own. And like, he started grilling me. He's like, okay, what character were you using? I was like, I used a barbarian. He's like, what skills were you using? I was like, I forget what the barbarian skill is, but it's like the double strike or double swing, whatever it's called. And he's like, okay. Like, obviously not really believing me. And then, I think actually how it played out was we went over to his house first. Like, first thing that weekend before I started playing. And I saw that when he was killing enemies, the fallen, that the shamans would revive them and bring them back to life. And as a kid, in my brain, it just made sense. I was like, oh, you could get infinite experience out of these guys. You just gotta let them revive them, and just keep killing the little guys, which is really inefficient and a terrible way to spend your time. And he gave me the most disgusted look. And like, I even as a kid, I mean, I was in the 6th grade, and even as a kid, I was like, oh, like by the look on his face, I was like, oh, that was a really dumb thing to say, huh? But in my mind, it made sense. I was like, hey, they keep coming back to life. You could just kill them over and over and over again infinitely. It's like infinite experience. And he just looked at me like, oh, that was a dumb thing to say, kid. Whatever. I'm not wrong. It's not a great idea, but I'm not wrong. Let's repair my stuff real quick.
Good day.
No, but that's a good shout. Switch to players 1. Okay, so let's get the vine. This vine is gonna die so quick. Alright, Andario, let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna completely clear out this room because I have a feeling I'm going to be retreating a lot. Oh, you know what? I probably should have bought some antidote potions while I was there. Okay. Let's go get some antidote potions real quick.
Good day.
Gosh. There. Okay. Because... first. Here. Do it this side. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, she already... Man, my vine went after her. Okay. Let's go these. Oh boy. Oh boy, not looking good. Okay. I'm just gonna keep resummoning stuff. Actually not going bad now that I've gotten stuck into it here. Yeah, just keep swinging at individual puppies. Alright. Was not too difficult.
Can't carry on. Dario, your reign is over.
Your
Good day.
reign is over.
The caravan.
Yep.
Your presence honors.
Thank you. Alright. On to Act 2. Yeah. Alright, Sea Dog, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go, I eat lunch early. And then I'm gonna be back on at 12. I'm not gonna be playing this. I'm gonna be playing a game called Slay the Spire. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but that's my, afternoon game. So, I'll be back in about an hour. And, if I see ya, I'll see ya. But if not, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be on, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. So, anytime you want to drop by. It would be cool seeing you again, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Bye.